Hi, my name is Jing Xie, and this is an educational video about the cultural differences between the original Ballad of Mulan and Disney's 1998 feature film, Mulan. When a lot of people hear the word Mulan, they typically think of the animated Disney movie that came out in 1998. Many people don't actually know that the film was based on the Ballad of Mulan, a popular Chinese folklore that dates back to the Chen period. Although Disney's Mulan and the ballad are both about a girl who goes off to war and plays for her father, there's a number of differences between the two pieces of media, the most significant being the difference in core values. The biggest core value of the Ballad of Mulan is filial piety. In the original ballad, Mulan is not an oddball who struggles to fit into the patriarchal standard that's expected of her. In fact, it's the very opposite. Mulan in the ballad was comfortable with living in the status quo. We can see that in the first two lines of the ballad. Click, click, forever click. Mulan sits at the door and weaves. In lines 54 to 57, she cast aside her heavy soldier's cloak and wore her old-time dress. She stood at the window and bound her cloudy hair. She went to the mirror and fastened her yellow combs. In these lines you can see that she's very comfortable with doing traditional womanly tasks such as weaving, and after she returns from war, she easily slips back into her feminine clothes and accessories. Because Mulan in the ballad did not have internal struggles with being a woman in a patriarchal society, it really drives the point that the reason she went to war in her father's place was out of filial piety more than anything else. Mulan sacrificed the comfortability of home and the familiarity of a life that she knew and put herself in direct danger, all just to protect her father. Disney's Mulan takes a much more Eurocentric approach, its core value being individualism. If you've watched the movie, you would know that Disney's Mulan had a very difficult time fitting in and was called a dishonor to her family by the matchmaker because she couldn't be a proper lady of the time. She does not have to sacrifice a comfortable home life since she was never content with it in the first place. We can see this the most in the song Reflection, where Mulan laments about how she's forced to hide her true self. Even though Disney's Mulan did also go to war to protect her father, she also did it for herself, so that she didn't have to keep pretending to be someone she wasn't anymore, and gained the opportunity to find her true self. This difference between the two Mulan characters' personalities is the reasoning behind the difference in core values for the two pieces of media. Disney's Mulan is an empowering tale about how the girl found her purpose by staying true to herself, whereas the Ballad of Mulan is a touching story about how a daughter sacrificed everything for her father. Besides the biggest difference in core values, another big difference between the ballad and the Disney movie is the duration of which Mulan was at war for. In the Disney movie, Mulan is only depicted to be at war for a few months, while in the ballad it is said that she is at war for 12 years. This difference is significant because it shows yet again just how filial a daughter Mulan is in the ballad, sacrificing 12 whole years of her life to fight in a war she wasn't even drafted in. The other smaller differences between the Disney movie and the ballad are less culturally significant and more so changes that Disney made to appeal better as a children's movie. For example, in the Ballad of Mulan, Mulan is depicted to have a younger brother and sister, but in classic Disney fashion, Disney depicts Mulan as a single child. Disney has a tendency to do this to many of their strong-willed and free-spirited female protagonists, such as Rapunzel, Jasmine, and Tiana, to help simplify the story, but also drive the point that they're different and misunderstood. The Disney movie also contains a love interest and animal sidekicks for additional entertainment purposes, while the ballad does not, as it doesn't serve the purpose of entertaining children. On that note, this concludes my educational video. I hope you found this video interesting and learned a thing or two about the ballad that inspired the Disney classic that we all know and love. Thank you for watching.